Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
We received for the fire department report of a structure fire here in Bayside Estates, which is known for a long time as Japanese Gardens. It's a very large mobile home park. Simultaneously, the ARF units or the aircraft units out of Clearwater St. Pete Airport also received a note of response regarding a aircraft that had some trouble. During that conversation with their tower lost it off of radar and at 3 miles north of the runway, and some of the ARF units responded this way when they saw the fire. It ensued several structures, 3 definitely that had some fire damage, a 4th one with possibility of fire damage. The aircraft was found in the one structure, predominantly right in that one structure. I can confirm that we have several fatalities, both from the aircraft and within the mobile home. We're still working to make sure that there is no additional, and it's limited to what we do know right now.
View this, if you will, as a serious traffic crash, one of our traffic homicide crashes. That's how we approach these scenes. Scene preservation is critical, and because we're here before FAA and NTSB, it's our responsibility to ensure the scene's integrity.
Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. This is your humble servant, Big Levi, and today is Noga, February the 2nd, 2024, and it's currently 10:42 a.m. Eastern Time, pre-recorded. Beloved, forgive me for my voice. It seems that I have this cold that wanna come in. They don't want to come, they don't want to go, so it's in between. And my voice is a little bit coarse because I was working too much in the cold trying to catch my 10,000 step for the day and completed the 1 million step. Anyway, beloved, as we can see, we talk about these things all the time. I have refrained of talking about the ley lines because most people won't get it until they get it. Now they are starting to get it. You have those numerous events where airplanes are falling off the sky, car accident, unexplainable car accident, road rage, and other phenomenon concerning the airlines, doors being busted, and gates collapsing, people agitated and fighting, anger, and all sort of things doing mid-flight. Pilots even want to open the door and do all those sort of things, and they do not have any explanation for that. They do not have any concrete reason, so they can come to the people and say, hey, this happened because this person was this and that and stuff. They just say, oh, well, it was an accident, it was maintenance and things like that. So again, the argument now is because those small planes are mal-maintained, there's not enough maintenance going on in them, or the pilot was stupid, he was drunk, he suffered a medical attack or something like that. But they're always trying to say, well, he suffered for some type of medical emergency, and people will associate that with Jabba Jah or Jabba the Hutt. So that's what they say, because they know people will say this. But of course, we know it's the Michael line, the Dragon lines, the ley line, the energy, so to speak. You see, 83 was blessed with, of course, the blessing, the sword, the wealth, and also transportation. Transportation in what way? they were allowed to come here in the fourth part. How did they come here? Well, by ship. And coming here by ship is not an easy thing. We talk about the Drake Passage. Literally, the Atlantic Ocean is the Drake Passage. But the Holy One allowed him. He restrained and made the Drake Passage shorten to, here we go, let's get it right there. Right, let's go to the Drake Passage and South America right there. As you can see, this passage over here, which they call the Drake Passage, is right on the, oops, it's too far. It's, when you look at it, it's, you can see this Leviathan-like beast, okay, this giant snake that wrap around Antarctica. Okay, this animal could be a dragon, but we know it's a Leviathan-like beast, wrap around Antarctica and protecting the entrance and protecting the place. And you can see right on his head, this is his head right there. This is, oh boy, this is the eye, the snout, and this is the shape of the head. So this area right here on the neck, they call it the Drake Passage, which is extremely difficult to pass. This is one of the places where the ley line is very active. Okay, we will talk about this maybe later on, talk about the Drake Passage. And the Atlantic Ocean, there is a crack right here. You see this crack? It come right here. Okay, we'll follow that crack. Follow the crack. All right, it's separated the fourth part. Okay. Oh, let's put this thing off. There we go. Can it be enough? Anyway, so the crack go all the way right here, separated the fourth part, and then separated the wall. See how the crack goes? It's a huge crack though. It can expand. All right. So they could not pass this crack, this line. Whenever they try to come from Europe island and they try here, the crack widen and the water fall over. And they would say the world, that's where the world ended. And if you go over, you'll fall. That's why they indeed believe the world was flat. But when in fact the crack was widened, okay, and then you couldn't pass. In the movie Sinbad, they showed you this, okay? So now this crack, you see all over here, that pass all over there, you know, go over here, and then somehow it stopped right there. Somehow it stopped right in Antarctica, right in front of the Leviathan, so to speak. The reason why it does, because this line and this passage right here are considering very dangerous and one of where the ley line is active. So the way those people used to do it back then, they come here via transportation through ship, the mighty one lesson, the ley line, and the beast and the inhabitant of the seas, the undines, so to speak, and the leviathans and all those ferocious beasts. And they came in and they landed here in Haiti. They landed exactly right there on this little piece of thing, right? A little piece of land that you see. That's where Christopher Columbus landed. They call this place Mole Saint Nicholas. Okay, they landed right here. This is a very important place. What you're seeing here, that's not the whole thing. It's hidden. The technology is far too advanced. But anyway, transportation is one of their blessings. And they were allowed to use the railroad, which is another blessing, the highways and the byways and the the airways, which they use their planes. But the Holy One is slowly but surely resetting their travelways, their passageways. So that's what you see, all those things, because they can't come here anymore. At one point, they won't be able to come here. They will try to fly, they want to. They will try to come by sea, they can't. They try to swim, it will be a huge mistake. So that's why you see those things are happening. Now, it happened more often. You see airplanes are falling off the sky almost every day. But people don't want to talk about it. And when they do talk about it, they say, well, it's Mr. Jabba the Hutt doing this. It's like, oh, well, those people, the reason why it happened because they like to party with Jabba Jah. Ah, Google. There we go. There we go. There we go. So they say, oh, well, it's because, they like to play music and party with Jabba Jah and jam and then, hang out with Jabba the Hutt. And that's how all this thing happened because they were friends with those guys. That's not what that is. Okay? We're going to, we'll get to this fellow. You know what? Let's get here. We'll get to this guy later on. That's not what that is. Okay? Let's keep on moving, beloved. I think about another hour and a half I'll be able to do the prayer. May not be able to do all of it, but let's keep on moving. Okay? Okay, this is again. This is a massive fire set off by a gas station in Kenya, capital, kills at least 3 people, injuring over 270. Okay, those things are not happening like ages ago. That's like 53 minutes ago, like an hour. Well, at least that's when they reported it. Okay, this is in Kenya. All right, there was an explosion. As you can see all over China, all over the world, there are unexplainable explosions. People will say, well, it's a gas station, of course. They should have explosion. Yeah, okay, well, good, because there's gas in there. Can you explain all those houses that being blown up? We talk about the homes that just boom. They don't know what happened because, well, those houses are on top of powerful ley lines. That's what that is. Okay, there's a lot of things going on and people don't know exactly what's happening and they are frightened. Okay, you have this thing kill at least 3 people. The airplane in Florida kill at least 3 people. And of course, they're not going to tell us the actual numbers, Bridget. They'll say, okay, well, 3 people die here, 3 people die there. No big deal. 3 people die every day, but no big deal. So, yeah. So that's what happened over there in Kenya. Let's keep on moving.
It was a terrifying scene in the East Bay today as a single-engine plane crashed into a busy intersection, killing the pilot, narrowly missing people on the ground.
Again, this happened Tuesday, January 30th, 2024. Today is the 2nd. That's like 4 days ago. 3 days ago or 4 days ago. Okay, that's like 4 days ago. All right, this happened in Buchanan Field Airport in Concord. Is it in San Diego Bay Area, California? I'm assuming. Okay.
Investigators with the NTSB and the FAA are on the scene trying to figure out why that plane went down. NBC Bay Area's Jody Hernandez is also there. She joins us live from Concord. Jody.
Jessica, the intersection remains closed tonight. You can see the plane wreckage is still out on the street. Now, with so many businesses nearby, including an auto dealership and a golf course, folks out here say it is a miracle more people weren't killed.
Yeah, well, we were on the first tee, and
of course, look at the brother name right there. All right, witness Mr. Darrell Victor. You know who's in the midst. You know who has the victory. Of course, Adidas. Adidas was. I believe Adidas was a Greek god. Let's see for. I don't wanna. Who was Adidas? Okay. No. Adidas is German sportwear. Nah, that's... The name Adidas come from the founder's name, Adolf Adi Dassel. And the first 3 letters of his last name, Das. No. Adidas. That's not what that is. Adolf. Hang on. What does the name Adolf mean? Okay. Adolf, a Germanic name, boys, that means noble or majestic wolf. Well, of course, the tribe of Benjamin and noble. Okay, we know back in the 17th centuries, well, no, in the 9th century during the medieval time, we were the noble ruling Europe and all that, but a noble, majestic wolf. Okay, that's why Charlie, his name was Noble. a noble, majestic wolf. That's what he was, a ravenous wolf. But then again, Charlie was right. He told you the truth, but they took him out. And talking about Charlie, and we have Charlie's book right there on Patreon, only for our paid viewer. Where is it? I recently posted. There you go. We have Charlie right here. Charlie's struggle book. Okay, the PDF, Mein Kampf. All right, it's for the people to read if you have time. All right, Charlie was like, when you read this book, if you felt like a black man would it. It felt like some black man in slavery, or some oppressed black man that can't do anything and he had no choice. So Charlie, his name mean noble, courageous. Is that what that is? A noble or majestic wolf. All right, that's what Charlie names mean, his first name. The other name, I'm not going to say it because, YouTube will like, hey, you're doing this over there and you're doing this over here. And then you're promoting a certain behavior we do not like. But anyway, Adidas, the name Adidas, when you spell it backward, if you're familiar with Wakfu, which we highly recommend you watch, okay, the Sadida, or it's Adidas backward, okay, Adidas, but Wakfu there is a group of people called Sadida. All right, the Sadida, they are quite powerful, and I forgot her name. They are much more like earthly people. They are vegetal based people. It's a good French anime. It's very powerful though. Okay, my main character, it's Gugaluragan. Okay, let me see. Yeah, we go. Gugaluragan, which means the little dragon go near, or which means the giant warning or dragon. This dude is like he's a super dragon. He can transform in dragon. He's very powerful. And those are the dragon class, okay? He was fighting Noms. He's very powerful. This thing is epic, man. If you're into epic things, this boy, it's very good. But the Adidas are a group. Adidas was originally a Greek god, if I'm not mistaken. One of those mythological god. Oh, boy. Really? There we go. The Adidas, or Adidas, they were a group of powerful gods, a group of powerful people, and she has plant power and earthly power. She's a princess. She's very powerful, and I think it's Amalia. Her name is Amalia. Is that what that is? Amalia. Really? I think it's Amalia from Wakfu. Is that? Yes, her name is Amalia Sharon Schramm. And they took the inspiration from Adidas. She's extremely powerful. Okay, she's extremely powerful. She's a princess. She has vegetable power, plant power, like poison ivy from Batman or whatever. But she's extremely powerful, and she's from the race the Adidas, and they have these earthly powers, and they are very powerful. So that's why they got this name Adidas. That's not the name. It become from his first name of Adolf and the last name Das. Nah. And then they have the pyramid here, which has the 3 bars, which the representation of the 3 planes: astral, physical, and mental. So Darrell, Victor, Victorious, Victor, Alex, Michael, the Michael line, the ley lines, stand in the mist. You can make this up. Let's keep on moving.
We saw the plane. It was sputtering. Actually, it was right above us.
Daryl Victor describes what he and his friends witnessed as they started their round of golf this morning. The golfers watched in disbelief as a plane came crashing down into the street, narrowly missing the golf course.
He started to turn, and we were hoping he was going to be able to glide back, but he just started coming down, and we started running.
So he turned, also just nosedived.
Art Johnson and his wife say they feared for their lives as the single-engine plane came crashing down.
Okay, we got another brother. What's his name? Art Johnson.
So just nosedive.
Art John.
Okay, Art Johnson. Then again, look at Art Johnson hat. Okay, let's see if we can get it. This brother here, look at his hat, Adidas. Okay, very powerful race. If somebody got more information on the Adidas, where the god name, I forgot about it. I believe Nike also was some kind of Greek god. Okay, or Nike or Nike or Nick or Nike, which is some Greek god, some kind of god thing. I forgot the whole thing. I'm not too, man. I'm getting old. So anyway, his hat. This is Mr. Victor right there. His hat, Adidas, and look at the
He
other
just started
brother.
coming down, and we started running.
So he turned also just nose.
Okay, look at the other brother wearing another hat, Adidas. It's not a coincidence. It's just the Holy One wants to pass the message. The angels pass the message. That is for the people that can understand it. Okay, Adidas, the very powerful vegetable, the land. Okay, they are land-like people. The land is fighting for us. Okay, the land is being reclaimed and give back unto the tribe of Joseph, which is his son Ephraim and Manasseh. The northern tribe, or the land is fighting all over the world, is being returned. The people of the land, the powerful people of this original people of the land, this thing is being returned. And they show you who's wearing the hat, okay? And this is not some typical Native American looking dude, although he is the true native. He bear this characteristic. He bear the characteristic of the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible and the true Hebrews, so to speak, whether he was a Hebrew Midianite or Hebrew Jethorite, whatever you want to call it. He bear the characteristic, and the land, the symbol of the land is on his head right there. And then the other
But
brother.
he just started coming down, and we started running.
So he turned
Okay, I did.
also just nosedive.
Again, Adidas right here.
Art Johnson.
Mr. R. Johnson. I can zoom in on the picture, but I can try to enlarge it. You can see another Adidas right here. Okay.
And his wife say they feared for their lives as the single-engine plane came crashing down.
I thought I was getting ready to meet my maker.
Okay, so then again, if you look at the plane, it seems like it's spelled Noach. Okay, Noach or N330, N30 AK. Okay, Noach or N30 AK. Noah's Ark or things like that, okay?
Down.
I thought I was getting ready to meet my maker today. I actually started running because, I thought perhaps some of the debris would get me if the plane didn't.
The plane missed the...
All right, meet my maker. Of course, you know who's her maker. All those things are not just randomly happen and then people like, oh, Big Leaf, you have to understand things like that. They're just random and stuff like that. No, they're not. Yeah, they're not. Victor, Adidas, my makers, those are messages for those of you that can understand it. Or for those of you that it's for you. That's your message, okay? That's what that
the
is.
golf course, but crashed nose first into the intersection of Concord Avenue and Diamond Boulevard. Concord police say it struck a car in the roadway. Fortunately, the driver received only minor injuries.
So, then again, when you look at the name, Concord Avenue. Many of you knows that, there you go, Concord.
Listings for Concord around Fort Lauderdale. Here they are.
Well, that's not, I should have put the E, Concord. There we go. Many one of you know Concord or Concord, all right? The Concord was a French, you know what, let Wikipedia told it. I mean, Google, if she can, because sometimes she doesn't. What was the Concorde plane? Okay, she doesn't say it. But anyway, the Concorde was a supersonic passenger plane built in the 1960s as a joint venture between United Kingdom and France. For those of you that may not know, the French are very good at speed. There's a reason they are very good at speed. The French, their train are faster than the Japanese. The French were the first people that achieved speed with their train, the TGV, okay, or TGV, train à grande vitesse. That's what it means. French TGV. Really? Oh, okay. I thought I was going to put that here. The TGV or train à grande vitesse, which mean train with high speed, is France high speed rail service. Okay, they were the first one to be able to break record with their TGV. Their train are extremely fast. Then the Japanese excel of it, but the French was the originator of this bull because, well, the original French, King Louis XVI, the black men they took down and cut off his head and all that. You know, the TGV, those French, and I know how they do it. We know how they do it. The French are heavily into magical energy manipulation. Okay, the French are very good. They are the top people when it comes to magic. And they use magic again to power the TGV. It seems absurd, but it is. Okay, they've gone places. They met other entities that give them certain secrets to build those trains. The same with the Japanese, but the French are always the best when it comes to speed. So now, because of this, there was a venture the venture between United Kingdom and France, and they build the Concorde. So the Concorde was the Concorde was a supersonic passenger carrying commercial airplane built in the 1960s as a joint venture between United Kingdom and France. The Concorde was the first commercial aircraft of its kind. Only 14 Concorde aircraft went into service because it was retired by both countries in 2003. Why did the Concorde retire in 2003? Okay. All right. They retired the Concorde in 2003, not because it was inefficient or they had this accident and things like that. All those stuff was sabotage. The reason why they retired the Concorde, according to our beloved brother Phil Valentine, because the Concorde was flying too high. And it was too fast. It was the fastest plane, okay, a commercial airplane built. When the Concorde flew so far, they could see the real shape of the earth. And they could see other land, okay? And then the people were looking, the pilot were reporting, they're like, what the hell is this? There's another massive lane here. And they were reporting. They were seeing things, the lies they said about the lands and the earth. They saw it, and they were threatening the guys to shut it down, and they didn't want to, so they sabotaged the Concorde. All right, they killed a bunch of people, they sabotaged it, and they forced them to close down because the Concorde was flying way too far. That's why ever since then they deny a lot of planes not to fly that high and not to fly in a certain area, because if you start flying, there are certain places that you're going to see. Okay, this thing right here, what you're looking at here, is not the whole thing. This is a part of it. Okay, they caught it from somewhere around the Pacific. Okay, it's not the whole thing. That's why they don't want you to go nowhere near here. Okay, nowhere near here. But then again, beloved, take this with a bucket of salt or grain of salt, or again with the freaking Pacific Ocean of salt. It will depend on you. You do your own research, sir. But Concorde, then again, it's talking about airplane, and it's the ley line, and this thing happened in Concorde, okay, Avenue, and whatever that thing is. Let's listen to it again.
Avenue and Diamond Boulevard. The plane missed the golf.
Oh, her name is Laura. Laura Johnson. I didn't catch that. What does the name Laura mean? Is it L'Oreal? What does the name Laura means? Yeah, Laura plant. Laurier. The name Laura is feminine version of the Latin word lauris, which means bay laurel plant. In ancient Greco, and in ancient Greco-Roman times, the bay laurel plant symbolized victory, honor, and fame. In Roman culture, the laurel tree was a symbol of success and victory and was given to chariot racers and gladiators after victory. You can't make this up. The sister name is Laura Johnson, which means victory, okay, for the son of John. And this brother name here, okay, this brother here, Victory, brother name here, Adidas name is Victor. And all three of them, they bear the skin color, okay, This brother bear the skin color of the original people. That brother bear the skin color of the original people. His wife, I'm assuming, okay, they bear. Okay, this dude, I forgot his name, but the wife, Laurel, all mean victory. So we do know the messages here that being sent. We have victory. The mighty one have victory, and they seem well good people, well, you know, articulated. The sisters well articulated, the brothers articulated, and they seems they play golf, which means they are on another level. They are not your typical Negro walking around here, you know, talking. You can't even understand what they are saying and stuff like that. But anyway, okay, let's listen.
The single-engine plane came crashing down.
I thought I was getting ready to meet my maker today. I actually started running because, you know, I thought maybe perhaps some of the debris would get me if the plane did.
Okay, if it was a regular 2/3, they would have just like made this. They would have bring the buffoonery. Oh man, oh, when I say the henchman, I'm like, yo, I gotta run and stuff. I heard he boom, 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 boom. So I run and stuff. No, all true people, they are well educated and very calm. They told you, hey man, I started. We gotta meet the great holy one. Stuff, and she used the words like maybe and perhaps, which is pretty much the same word, and you saw those are people, and her name in victory, the brother Darrell Victory, and the other brother Johnson and his name, all of them, the Concord, everything connected. Of course, again, beloved, this thing may not make any sense for you and other people. This may seems to be gibberish, but to us it makes sense because we do understand the message here. Okay, the fast is working wonders. Today is day 2. No, today is day 3. Is that what that is? Yes, today is day 3. Today is day 3. Yes. Day 3, right? Today is day 3. The good old DAX, scabies and ivermectin. Ivermectin? Big Levi. Really? Backup channel. Okay, this is where we do our 12 o'clock prayers, okay? Yes, Madim, today is day 3. We're doing our 12 o'clock prayers, okay? Day 1, we already did day 1 and day 2. Today is day 3. At 12, it's already 11. I got about another hour to go back and do this. We'll do our fast. Our fast is working. Let's keep on moving.
Just heart of gold. It's sad. It's horrifically sad, but I know that Sam's in heaven.
A community in mourning tonight.
Okay, 8872.
After a local school board president was killed when his plane crashed shortly after taking off from the Chester County Airport. The pilot's been identified as Sam Gano, a longtime board member of the Octorara School District. He was the only one on board the small plane when it went down earlier today in West Callan Township. It is Thursday night, and the big story in Action News is the investigation into that deadly plane crash. Federal investigators are on the scene in Coatesville tonight. The plane crashed in the backyard of a home just a few miles from the Chester County Airport. Action News reporter Brianna Smith is standing by live with the latest, along with reaction from those who knew the victim. Brianna.
Yeah, Rick, loved ones say Sam Gano was a huge part of the community. They say he was on the Octorara School Board for 26 years. He also spent a lot of time with family, friends, church members, and pursuing his passions. And one of them was being a pilot. Now the NTSB is trying to determine how the crash happened.
Of course, they will always try to determine or see what's going on, but they never could, they never did. Oh, no offense, but the guy looks a little too old to be flying. Restriction should have been considered. No, he is an experienced pilot. He's an experienced. This thing are not happening like ages ago. That's 11 hours ago, Bridget. Just the same as the one that happened in Florida. It's everywhere, every day. You just have to look for it in those really not so popular news stations. Okay? They don't report it on the news, big news. Oh, the migrants over there. Oh, Ukraine. Ish, Gaza, the Houdinis, they're shooting stuff, and three soldiers were dead, and they all look like you, and stuff like that. They won't report things like that. That's why we have to. This happened in the same day, same hours, whatever. Let's keep on going.
It was unbelievable. It's a shock.
Family, friends in the Octorara School District are grieving after losing a beloved community member and school board president, 65-year-old Sam Gano.
Just the most caring, compassionate individual. He would give you the last dollar in his wallet and the shirt off his back.
Jill Hardy, who is Gano's close friend and co-worker, says he died in a plane crash around 1:40 Thursday afternoon on Old Wilmington Road in West Callan Township. FlightAware shows the plane went down on an Amish property about 2 minutes after taking off from the Chester County Airport.
We got lucky. The plane was really close to the house.
Now the NTSB is investigating the crash of the Grumman American GA-7 airplane. An investigator will arrive on site on Friday to document the scene and examine the aircraft, and then it will be taken to a secure facility for further evaluation. Hardy says Gano has been a pilot for more than 15 years and joined Rebuild Rescue, a group in Chester County who repairs abandoned airplanes and posts their process on YouTube.
Just like he is with everything, whether it's church or skiing or piloting, he's passionate about it.
Action News learned the plane that crashed was featured in Rebuild Rescue, and Hardy says Gano was flying to Nashville for a friend.
He was not only doing what he loved, but he was doing something for someone, you know, like he always does.
Yeah, he'll definitely be missed by the community. Now, the FAA shows that the plane was owned by Mr. Dent Incorporated, which is located in Lancaster County, and the NTSB says a report will be available within 30 days.
No, it's not. Even though when the report is available, they never came out there and say, okay, well, he got into this predicament because he was sick. They shot him with the light beam and stuff like that. They never said anything. They just keep it like that, okay? Well, anyway, let's keep moving to the next one.
Corey, thanks a lot. And now to new details on a fiery plane crash that killed 2 people in the Everglades.
We've learned that one of those victims was a beloved businessman and pilot who was once named Hero of the Year. Local 10's Leanne Motorhone is live at North Perry Airport with the very latest. Leanne.
Okay, we are well aware and acquainted with Perry's Airport. We've been reporting on it for years.
Yeah, we now know both the names of the men who were on board that plane when it went down, but there are still questions tonight, including who was flying that aircraft and what caused it to go down.
Mohammed Badensky once saved the lives of 3 airline passengers within 4 days by performing CPR. It earned him a Hero of the Year award in 2009 from Miami International Airport and his former employer, American Airlines. Sadly, we've learned the 51-year-old lifesaver was one of the people inside this 1977 Cessna Skyhawk when it crashed in the Everglades Tuesday, killing both people on board. The cause of the crash still unclear.
There were 2 souls on board, but unfortunately, both were deceased.
The second man on board was identified as 37-year-old Kadim Kebe. The wreckage was located around 11 o'clock Wednesday morning by investigators on airboats in the marshland near mile marker 28 and Alligator Alley.
We immediately responded.
The plane belonged to
Okay, this dude right here
responded.
His name is Michael B. Kane. All right? Michael is in the mist, man. Whatever you do, wherever you turn it, however you want to turn it, Michael is there. It's in the midst. The angels are here. Of course, this is only for our people that truly believe those things, because most of our people believe in Jacob's trouble. Yeah, big Levi, you get the people ready, tell them to move off grid and live in the desert because they're going to hit the city. They're going to come get us from the city. Okay, yeah, well, you know, our people are moving out of the city, move off grade in the desert, not even in the best ways, in the desert. And then now the Gentiles are moving in the city, getting our home and position themselves there. Because they know if they go so-called off grade, the animal's going to take them out. Bad boys, what you gonna do when 12 bears show up to your house? When 100 ravenous wolves showing up to your house in the middle of nowhere? You're gonna call the police? Get out of here, son. And again, our people that are living off grid, you do the right choice. Stay there. You don't need to come back to the city or whatever. Just stay there. The only thing I'm against, and I told our people not to do, is to move in the desert. Because the heat wave is no joke. If you're in the city, take over the city. That's what our people need to do. Take over Detroit. That's what I want all people to do. Detroit is a very sacred place. Take over it. Buy yourself a piece of land in Detroit. They don't cost that much. $100. Buy it.
The plane belonged to Florida General Aviation Corporation and was used by ATA Flight School. FlightAware shows it departed North Perry Airport in Hollywood around 6:30 Tuesday evening. Nearly 15 minutes later, the plane dropped off radar.
Perry Airport did advise when we called them that they're the ones who started the investigation.
Dispatch communications reveal a loved one became concerned Tuesday after not hearing from someone on board.
Girlfriend is calling about it. He was supposed to call her when he landed and he did not. His phone is offline.
Badensky was a businessman and pilot with several years of flying experience.
Again, those guys are wealthy. All right, they have years of experience of flying, and a lot of those dudes, when they are flying, they are transporting certain things. If you're familiar with Mr. Pablo Escobar, just because they look like that or they don't have that mustache and have a thick Spanish accent doesn't mean they're not transporting stuff. You know, some of them do. You know, those are the dudes that brought that stuff, you know, and distributed in the hood to our people. But anyway.
Under his belt, it's unclear if he was flying the aircraft when it went down.
And I did speak to Badensky's son by phone today. He's not ready to talk on camera, but he says he and his family are really having a tough time with this news. We have yet to make any contact with any family members of Mr. Kebe's. Meanwhile, no one at the ATA Flight School has offered any comment about what happened. Reporting live here at North Perry Airport, Leanne Morejon.
Okay, let's move to the next one.
Sam Gano was the president of the
Okay, we just got into it. Now the brother already there. Okay, again, like I said, you can't make this stuff. Okay, up. You can't just, again, with 75 years old, number 8, New Beginning, News 8, and Michael Fuller is in the midst. We just got into it. Michael is there. Why? Because he is the protector of the 12 tribe, Daniel 12 and 1. Okay, the name Daniel, Michael, Alex, Alexander, I believe Anthony and Eric also. Okay, Victor, Victorious Victoria, Michaela, you know. That's the thing, man. I mean, how many times we have to show people this? But then again, it's only for a this is only for the cabal. Whoa, Big Levi, cabal. Did you say the cabal? Yes. Define the word cabal. Yeah, go. I'm talking about. A cabal is a small group of people who are united in a secret plot, often political, to promote their own interests. Okay.
Cabal.
A secret political clique or faction. A very secretive group, although we may not be political, but we are a very small secret group, and we have this secret knowledge, which is esoteric, which is occult. This knowledge is occult. Regular people watching this, they don't understand it, but there's a very small cool of people that do understand it. That's what that is.
Harris School Board, and we're here at the Chester County Airport. According to police, this is where the plane went from, and moments after the plane took off, well, the police say that it crashed behind a home. Tonight, an investigation is underway here in Chester County after a small plane went down this afternoon, claiming the life of one man. Around 1:30, a small plane went down in the back of a home on the 500 block of Old Wilmington Road near Coatesville. Emergency dispatchers say it was...
Again, I don't know. It seems I already did this one, but I have no idea. It's so many of them. I don't know if I did this one.
A twin engine with just the pilot on board. Now, the plane was owned by Mr. Dent, an auto repair business in Manheim, Lancaster County.
Mr. Dan as in Daniel or Dan, the tribe of Dan, the pioneer, the navigators. Dan were the sea wavers. Okay, the tribe of Dan. were the Vikings, so to speak. Okay, they were the true actual Vikings, the tribe of Dan. Okay, those Vikings that you're seeing on TVs, they're not the tribe of Dan. The real Danites were the Vikings.
County, the West Callan Township Police Chief Kurt Martinez says the accident was close to doing more damage.
Not in the 17 years as I've been chief here in West Callan, we have not had a plane crash. We got lucky that the plane was really close to the house. From the witnesses, said the plane just missed the house.
And according to police, there were no other injuries. And again, it is still unclear as to exactly why the plane went down. But we know the NTSB will be on scene. And
yeah, whatever. They never unclear. They don't know. But they will be on scene. We will investigate it. We will come with the answer. Better believe it. How long we are into this thing? Who? 45? Oh, good grief. Anyway, beloved, why all those things are happening? Well, it's happening because of Genesis 15, verse 13. And he said unto Abraham, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. 1619, 2019, 400 years is up. It's over right after 2019. 2020 hits, the entire world changed forever. Now everything is getting worse and worse day by day. Everyone can see it, although most people act like they don't see it, or they don't care, or whatever's going on. It's the elite doing this. It's men doing this. Men are trying to take over the world. So, okay, who was ruling pre-2019? I don't know. The elite. Who are the elite? Oh, the elite. Oh, the Bill Gates, the Jeff Bezos, the Elon Musk, the Mark Zuckerberg, all the other scumbags. Those guys gonna take over and become rich? Yeah. So they are not rich now? No, they're not. They're gonna be. Well, they are, but they're gonna be richer. No, that's not what that is. Okay, you guys been doing this. You're being taken down. That's what that is. So. Genesis 15 verse 14, and also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and the Holy One is judging the nation to the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham, fiery conflagration of the city, sorrow, destruction by pestilence among the cattle, famine of the world, which is 83's world, destruction by earthquake and the sword, increase of hail and snow. And you see the snow, you see the hail in California. We got brethren in what they call this place again? And Southern California, there were hells going on, as of yesterday and today. Wild beasts will be their grave. Animals going to attack them and kill them and eat the body. Pestilence and hunger will change the destruction. You haven't seen the pestilence and hunger yet. That's why those people are stacking on food because they think they will survive. They are stacking on food, and this is what I'm going to tell you, the people that stack on food, all your food will go bad. While they are canned food, when you open it, worms and maggots, raccoons and rats will eat your stuff. Okay, you won't be able to survive unless you are our people or you cleave to our people. All right, execution by the sword and flight and distress, thunder voices and destroying earthquakes. Thunder voices is literally loud booms, big noise, and of course the weather. All right, let's keep on moving. Before we move, beloved, we ask the nation if you would like to study with us and gain some of the knowledge. Right now, we are studying Black Labor, White Wealth, Slave Force Funds to Sell Louisiana Territory. Come and learn the truth about the Louisiana Purchase. All right, we have the Southern slaveholders, the leisure class. Okay, you can go to our Patreon and become a member and study with us. We have the repost of our 2024 agenda, okay, where we're taking 1 million steps for the year. The $5 journey, keep our blood pressure down, okay, to activate the ley line in any place and absorb the blessing of the land. All right, we give you the instruction how to do this. All right, if you would like some of those beautiful pictures, and you can sign up, you will receive them for free, and you can download them and use them as you please. Okay, those beautiful pictures. Okay, Black vets denied access to preferential wealth, and we have much more. Charlie's struggle book, Mind Struggle, those beautiful pictures. All right, the ley line activation instruction through Zoom meeting on how to activate the ley line. Stolen land, the second greatest wealth producers, okay, the true native, the Prince and the Pauper. We highly recommend you watch The Prince and the Pauper, 1937, Errol Fink, Claude Rains, Henry Stephen, I believe. All right, Europe developed a good sense, a broad sense of community. The Americas become an extension of Africa, so to speak. The doctrine of unequal exchange. You like those beautiful pictures of our elders, full of love and wisdom. You can go to our Patreon and get it. Okay, the grand activation meeting with the intra templum only. Let me see those beautiful pictures, the olive and the golden queen, the olive queen, the golden king, okay, and more. But you gotta go ahead and sign up with our Patreon. We will study in private. We used to do this in public, but because of the profane and people that do not understand what we are saying, yet they will come against it. Now we are on the low privately. Please join us. Let's keep on moving. It's Big Levi Patreon. That's all.
NTSB is an independent federal agency charged with investigating transportation accidents
boy.
to determine probable cause
Oh boy.
and to make safety recommendations to prevent accidents like this from happening again.
Oh, of course.
On behalf of all of us at the National Transportation Safety
Okay, that happened 2 months ago in San Diego, okay?
offer our sincere condolences to the family and friends of the victim who lost their life in this tragic accident.
Okay, it's muted. I'm not quite sure why.
California, its destination was unknown, conducted an instrument approach and a missed approach at Montgomery Gibbs Executive Airport. The airplane was located early this morning. It collided with terrain and the occupant was fatally injured. Our team has arrived today and is conducting our field investigation phase. So this is the analysis for later. But at this time, we'll only be doing factual evidence gathering, particularly perishable evidence, which is evidence that's lost over time. At a later time, there will be an examination phase for further analysis. We expect a preliminary report to be released within 14 days and a final report in approximately 18 months.
Yeah, let's keep on moving. So this is two-plane small crash near Camarillo. I'm not quite sure what Camarillo is. That was 2 days ago. The silence was deafening. I hope the injuries go all right. Those small planes come down way too often because people are seeing this. Well, this is what Lucas said. Those small planes come down way too often. Okay, lots of these planes going down the last 6 months. Maybe they need to be looked as even eligible to fly. It's a bit ridiculous how many have crashed. Okay, that's exactly why you always need to find the pro. Okay, so yeah, a lot of people are noticing this. They're like, well, for the past 6 months, those things, this is not normal. Well, it is not. It is not. Okay, 2 people injured after a small plane crash. All right.
To that breaking news this morning, NTSB investigating a deadly plane crash in the San Diego area. But we do know that that plane departed from Concord.
Today in the base, Chris Sanchez joins us from our newsroom with what else we're learning.
Oh wait,
right
is
now.
that
Chris?
pretty much the
So we
same
just
thing?
heard back from the FAA, and investigators say the pilot was the only person on board that plane. Sadly, that victim and the plane's wreckage were found in just the last 2 hours. The plane originally, though, took off from Concord. Now, this is the scene where that
Okay,
wreckage
that's
was
another plane from Concord again. Okay, that was 2 months ago. The other one a few days ago. Okay, let's read the. Okay, all right. Well, that was 2 months ago in Concord. The other one crashed in Concord. This one it was from Concord and crashed in San Diego. One was from San Diego, crash in Concord. One was from Concord and crash in San Diego. You can't make this up.
found, and it's no wonder that it was hard to find. It was very, very dark, and there was rain and there was fog as well. One person is confirmed to have died in that crash. We don't know if it's the owner of the plane, who according to records has the highest private pilot rating and lives in Carlsbad. Now,
Again, this is what they told you. Those guys are very experienced. They are very experienced. They got years flying. Suddenly, they crash. And a lot of people say, well, why is it all those small planes are crashing, not the big airlines? Yes, the big airlines will. One of the main reasons why it's the small plane, because those small planes are mainly owned by wealthy white men or wealthy 83. So the mighty one is taking the elite out silently. Okay, most people don't know this. Those airplanes, they are quite expensive, and they are owned by, private, wealthy white men, rich people, the so-called millionaire billionaires, and they all are dying. Okay, let's keep on moving.
It makes good economic sense.
Okay, this is the good DAC here. British Heart Foundation release. We're just going to take a few minutes of this, a minute or two. Let the good DAC talk.
If governments aren't motivated by sheer love of their people, you'd think they'd be motivated by hard cash, because this is costing us a fortune. And yet we see essentially
nothing.
Essentially nothing from governments.
Okay, what the good DAC said here, all right?
Disappointing, really.
This is what the good DAC saying here. He look at the data because he's a doctor, a scientist. He understands the data and he understands the statistics. And he said way too many people are dying of heart condition, premature. And it's not like those people are like old people and then they had like bad condition. Young people, old people, children, they just die of heart attack. And the government is keeping it very quiet. And he said, why there's no outrage about this? Yes, well, there's outrage about the border. People going over there, 700,000 truck convoy. Oh, we're going to go over there. Well, there's a video online, which is not going to play. One of those migrants beat the crap out of the cop, kicking the cop in the head and stuff like that. Yet not one shot fired. Yet they weren't beat to death. Yet they weren't shot to death. Yet they weren't tased to death. They just got arrested and then they show their picture and then they will surely be released. All the migrants are taking over. Get out of here, man. You people are bringing those migrants here to pad your number. You are bringing them here as a form of mea culpa. You are bringing them here because you have no other choice. But anyway, let's listen to the good old DAC for another 30 to 1 minute.
Latest NHS England, this is just England, of course, figures show that the number of people waiting for cardiac care at the end of November, so much more cardiac pathology, 402,000 people waiting for care. The heart care waiting list is 72% higher than in February, so more people with heart conditions waiting for conditions. Huge amount. Basically, we've got an epidemic of heart disease. I don't think that's overstating the situation.
This is what the doctor is telling you. Again, brethren, people are going to say, well, it's because of Jabba Jabba the Hutt. Well, it's not. It's because of the sun. We told you, not years ago, a few months ago, we said, the moment you have a heat wave, a lot of people, of course, will die from this heat wave. And after the heat wave, once you enter the summer, those people will die of heart failure or heart complication or heart inexplicable stuff. Because the sun have particles, there's a femtoparticle in it. It has, atomic particles. You have particle that is below the plankton. They are so small, you cannot see them. Whether you step out of the sun, whether you stay inside, those things can travel through water. They will get in your bloodstream. They will analyze your DNA. If you're not the original person, they will take you out. They will block your blood flow and then your heart stop. That's it. Whether those people want to say it's the job or the vac, whatever we want to say, but we over here say it's the sun, it's the mighty one that's taking them out over there in England, Australia. He told you wherever. He told you all the Western country. This thing is way over. It's an epidemic, and it's like he said, I'm not exaggerating this thing because he's a doctor, he's a scientist. He know the levels, he know the numbers. So we will leave it as here, so because Google or YouTube don't come after us, say, hey, you are promoting bad stuff over here anyway.
Kids are gradually disappearing in South Korea. These days, it's hard to see them hanging out at playgrounds even during the school breaks.
제가 초등학생 때는 이제 애기 친구들이 많았는데 요즘에는 잘 안 보이더라고요. 막 옛날에 막 사탕 들고 막 달리는 그런 시절이 있었는데.
As the country makes headlines with the lowest birth rate in the world, elementary schools nationwide struggle to stay open due to lack of students. And the impact of the dismal birth rate is expected to spread to middle and high schools in the near future. In fact, over the past 10 years, a total of 6 elementary, middle, and high schools have closed down in the capital city of Seoul.
I'm at an elementary school in Seoul, Gwangjin district, but you can no longer call it a school because it was forced to shut down in February last year as it ran out of students. Currently, it's being used as a parking lot and a workout facility for residents.
A total of 62 students attending this 40-year-old school were sent to nearby schools in March of last year. Since then, the schoolyard has remained, for the most part, empty.
So, what's going on over there in South Korea? There are no more children. Kids are not being born. Not because of the economic situation. They are doing very well, economically speaking. It's just, well, the mighty one took the heat away from the men. Okay, remember we talk about this multiple times, especially in our private studies. When a man emits, when there is an emission, 95% of the men substance is semen, 5% is sperm. So what you are seeing, it's not all semen. Not every man are able to get a woman pregnant. See, the semen is like a coat, it's like a bodyguard. It protected the sperm, which is 5% of the semen. Like a sister put it, the semen is like the sperm is like the yolk of an egg. Okay, the white part is the semen that protect the yolk. So it will go through the ovum passage and reach the cervix and open, and now the semen will release the sperm, and the sperm will navigate it and enter the egg, and the woman will get pregnant. But those dudes, they don't have any more sperm. They have semen though. Just like when the men have a vasectomy, they cut off the line, okay? They don't spew out semen. They don't spew out sperm, but only semen. That's why in those movies, those pornographic films, you see those men ejac and then it's all white because a lot of them has vasectomy. It's not sperm, but it's semen. It's not the same thing. See, sperm is life. Once a man emission, he felt like a part of his life he felt so. A part of his life is gone. Like he's so tired, he just want to rest. But it's not the same thing when it comes to vasectomy and a man that spew out semen. The life that come out of you. And whenever you do this, you take the life out of the man, you take his manhood out, it's not the same thing. He won't be able to be the same dude anymore. Because he is unable to do what men do. Okay? So those men in South Korea, they have dead sperm. They can emit. There is great emission in South Korea. Of course, porn is illegal over there. So those guys, they are reverted to pervertness by putting hidden cameras in female bathroom and also male bathroom too. You know, there are a lot of cowboys over there. The dude that entered the back door. So that's what they do over there. But those fellows, you can't get it up. They can. The Japanese also, the Chinese also. 83 white men also. A lot of them, they can't get it up. Even when they get it up, whatever that's come out there, it's poof. There's nothing they can do. A healthy semen is not supposed to be purely white. Super healthy semen is a little bit to the yellowish color. It has like a texture of yellow on it. But sperm is just white, okay? The white coatness, the semen is just white. The white coated semen protected the sperm, and those guys don't have it. Like we said before, long ago, beloved sister Elisa Cabrera made a video how those dudes' sperm, not only they are dying, but the sperm is somewhat reverted back to estrogen. That means their men are turning into women. They cannot have children in North Korea, South Korea, Japan, not because of, life is so hard. No, because they can't. That's all.
And is enclosed by a tall green fence.
어느 날 지나가다 보니까 그동안 감사했습니다. 난 저게 무슨 말인고 했어요. 왜 그랬더니 폐교가 된다고. 학생 수가 적어서 기존에 있던 학생들은 다른 데로 전학을 가고 올해부터 폐교가 된다 이런 말 듣고 저도 깜짝 놀랐습니다. 서울에서 이런 일은 처음이지 않나. 저도 여기서 산 지가 한 3년, 3, 4년 되어 가는데 노인네들밖에 없어요 지금은.
이런 현상을 보면 또 어떤 생각이 드세요?
지금 모든 것은 인구가 제일 중요하지 않습니까? 그래서 국가에서 계속 인구 정책을 많이 쓰는 이유는 그 나라를 움직이고 그다음에 존립하는 그 기준은 사람이라고 저는 생각이 됩니다. 인구가 없으면 나라가 없는 거죠. 그래서 지금은 심각하다.
According to the Korean Educational Development Institute, 1 in 10 elementary schools across the country has less than 30 students amid the continually falling birth rate. The number of schools with less than this number of enrolled students has increased by 72 in just a year.
한 반에는 몇 명이 있어요?
23명이나 24명? 저희 반 18명. 많은 친구를 사귀면 뭔가 부담감도 생길 것 같은데
Okay, so
오히려 적어도 좋은 것 같아요.
저희 학교는 대충
okay, so those are the children. They are 14. Well, those are not children. Those are women. They are 14, 16. When they look around, they seems to be their last generation. They don't see little children walking around and playing and stuff and do all little cute things kids do, little children stuff. They don't see that. Well, day by day then diminish. You know, that's what that is, man. And those young women are like looking at the future. Well, where am I going to get my husband? Where's this thing? How is it gonna go for me? You know, because it's getting worse. But anyway, let's keep on moving.
I managed to speak to one of the creditors just a couple
So we talk about this China Evergrande ordered to liquidate by Hong Kong court. Okay, let's keep on moving with this. Evergrande is probably the largest real estate Chinese stuff. We talk about that. I'm just tired of bringing China in the midst, man. Everything is just backward. Everything fall off and fall down, and people are worrying that Big Levi China gonna take over, man. China, some dudes was out there online. China put more concrete than what we did in the past 200 years. Oh, let me get out of here. Concrete has nothing to do with it. China got this. China got that. No, it didn't say in the Bible China gonna take us down for another 400 years. It didn't say China going to get next. No, we have next. It is next us now. The tail shall become the head, and the head shall become the tail. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. China was never the last. Why they want to be first? Why they should be the first? We are the last, and we are now the first. Let's keep on moving. Okay, so this is the Missouri doctor. Okay, and so Missouri doctor Sarah Sweeney feared murdered boyfriend before her sudden death, text revealed. So those people, those are the guys and the gals that they are calling those high value. And what happened to those dudes when they are high value men, and then those women run up to them because, well, they got that money and stuff. The moment the value drop, they'll take you out, man. They'll take you out. They'll take you out. They will take you out, son. You know, hey, I'm a high value man. I know you are with me because of the money that I'm making. So now I'm not making the same money. You think you can leave me, go and go to another dude? I'm going to take you down. That's why I told our people, the moment you see a man talking about how high value he is, how much money, stay away from this man. The same thing for our men. The moment the women start talking about how pretty she is, how worth she is, how much money you need to give her and stuff, stay the hell away from those people, okay? This one is quite sad. Okay, Chinese man mistress executed for throwing his 2 young kids out of an apartment window. So the man left her. A Chinese man and his mistress has been executed. A Chinese man and his mistress has been executed after throwing 2 children from the man's previous marriage out of a high-rise apartment window. Okay, so those are the wealthy elite over there in China. Okay, he had 2 kids from a previous marriage. Okay, all right. According to court, Zheng Bo had started an affair with Yi Jingshen, but failed to tell her he was married and had children. After Zheng divorced his wife, Yi reportedly tempted her new boyfriend to kill his 2 children. who she considered obstacles and a burden of their future life together, because that's what they taught 83. Children are burden. They are not good. Throw them away. YOLO your life. Party, drink, drugs, sleep around, do everything. After you've done all of those stuff, then you can have kids. Then in the midst of when you have kids, now you need a good man to taking care of those kids. Now you need a good woman to watch over those kids. And she didn't want that. She's young. She thought this man didn't have no kids. And then she married him, and she didn't marry him. She become his mistress, and she find out that the men have 2 kids. She threw them out of the window and killed them. And children are rare in China. You kill those 2 kids, and the Chinese government execute both of them. And that's what needs to be done. Okay, a little girl and a little boy, I believe. Zheng allegedly tossed his 2-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son to their death in 2020 and later claimed he was asleep when the children fell. Oh, the dude killed them so he can stay with the woman. Okay, he threw the daughter, threw the son out of the window, killed both of them so he can stay with the woman. This is how those guys see themselves, those high-value dudes. The moment there's something that this thing is on my way, those men, a man that is purposeless in life seek pleasure. They have no purpose. They got all the money. Those are the generation of one-child policy. They don't have any brothers. They don't have any sisters. They don't have any uncles. They were raised selfish. Everything that they have is for them. And now they have kids on their own. Okay, a little boy and a little girl's brothers and sisters. So he threw them out and killed them for the wives. That's what's going on with 83, man. They don't play that. According to China Daily, Zheng and Yi's death sentence were approved by China's top court, and they died by lethal injection. We're just going to leave it right here. Let's keep on moving. Judgment upon those people. Now the children are no more. The parents are no more. You have a whole generation gone.
Also tonight, 10 on Your Side has learned that a local couple with ties to Sentara Lee Hospital died in a crash in Mexico.
And their son is talking to us about what happened. Bob and Diane Baker died while riding a motorcycle in Cozumel as they were returning to their cruise ship. 10 on Your Side's Chris Horn is live now at the hospital with more on the victims. Chris?
Yeah, Amy, their son tells me 72-year-old Bob Baker retired.
Bob Baker? You mean the Bob Baker from the TV show? Is 72. Then Bob Baker died. But anyway, so Norfolk Corpus Caribbean vacation ends in tragedy. Oh, they were in the Caribbean? Well, they said they crashed in Mexico. Why did their cruise ship landed over there? But anyway.
From here at Sentara Lee, his 62-year-old stepmother, Diane, had been a current nurse here at Sentara Lee. According to Mexican media, they crashed their rented motorcycle earlier this week on Cozumel Island. However, the son tells me they were experienced motorcycle riders.
That's the thing. Okay, those people are experienced. And next thing you know, they died because they crashed their motorcycle. Don't know what happened to them.
Me growing up, fond memories of TV shows we watched together, like I said before, vacations we took.
Sam Eisenhuth is devastated with the loss of his father and stepmother. He says they led inspirational lives that touched many other lives.
Diane was a nurse. That was her profession since I was a little kid. That's what she went to school for. And Dad was a prior Navy. He was a veteran of the Vietnam War. He was very proud of that. I followed in his footsteps. I was in the Navy as well.
The Bakers were on the second of back-to-back cruises.
In the later years, after the kids grew up and were out of the house, they did a lot of traveling. They did cruises.
According to a Mexican media report, the Bakers' ship had docked at Cozumel, an island off of Cancun. They had rented a motorcycle. They crashed sometime Tuesday on a Cozumel road. Their ship was scheduled to depart at 5 p.m. that evening. A passing motorist hadn't noticed the motorcycle until Tuesday night.
They've ridden scooters and stuff in the past. My dad used to own a motorcycle.
And Sentara sent me a statement late this afternoon regarding Diane.
Anyway, beloved, as you can see, those 83s, the wealthy one, taking vacation. Cruise are not cheap, man, And they are dying because the blessing is no more. and a lot of them are being no more because that's the time. There's nothing you can do about it. And we see this, beloved, okay? We see this, okay? Let's keep on moving.
Devastation along Ishikawa Prefecture.
This is 1 month after Japan earthquake. Difficult condition remain, all right? This is 1 month after the Japanese earthquake. We're just going to take a minute out of this.
Coastline has hit the fishing industry especially hard. For more on this, we are joined by NHK World's Hirayama Akihide. He's in Wajima City.
Almost exactly 1 month ago, at 10 minutes after 4 in the afternoon, the earth shook here, and the landscape changed dramatically. This is old port of Kaiso. Boats used to come and go through that opening behind me. Now, instead of water in this harbor, there's only sand and rocks. Although this port wasn't damaged by the tsunami, the port is now unusable, and this region, known for abundant fishing resources, is facing the disappearance of local communities.
The water always came up to that area, up to this area here.
79-year-old Kakutani Shizuo has lived here his entire life. For years, this port was his gateway to the sea and his livelihood.
I do not think things will return to normal. I can't express it in words. I get a pension, so it is better than some people who are living with only income from fishing.
Experts say when the earthquake hit, it pushed the seabed on the coast near Wajima upward by more than 4 meters. The coastline receded by 200 meters. This phenomenon is said to only occur on this scale once every several thousand years. It made some ports completely inaccessible. There are 69 fishing ports in Ishikawa Prefecture. More than 80% of them were damaged in some way. Besides fishing,
Anyway,
Kakutani would also catch about 100 octopuses a month from the quay, using traps as bait. He would check these traps as part of his daily routine.
Not that
Wednesday,
much ship.
He checked them for the first time.
Not that
since
much
the quake.
fish.
The crabs are alive. I can't believe it. Octopuses love to eat them, but now I can't fish. Let's let the crabs go back into the sea. I feel sorry for them.
He's lost what he says was his life's purpose. He has also lost his home.
Okay, whenever you look at Japan and those commercial or those news, you always see those very old people. They are dying. Japan been dying. Japan is dead. And the youth, the men, the ikokomoris, and the men that can get it up, they don't get it up for the women. They get it up for all the dudes. And then they can't repopulate. They can reproduce. So, yeah, that's what's going on. The plague is a wonder.
Video from a nearby business.
There we go. There.
Surveillance video shows the crash between a school bus and a motorcycle that killed the motorcycle rider. It appears the bus turned in front of the motorcyclist. It happened yesterday morning along Beach Street in Fort Worth. Surveillance footage shows the bus making that left turn. Then it shows the motorcycle driven by Travis Waters crashing into the bus. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager spoke to the rider's family and friends, and she's in Fort Worth. Peyton.
Stephen, Fort Worth police are still investigating the cause of this crash and all of the possible factors. Now, the motorcycle rider, Travis Waters, was out getting morning tacos, according to his family, and he did not make it home. Shane Pearson now misses his riding partner and best friend, 36-year-old Travis Waters.
Ooh,
empty spot in my days.
The dude was 36. That's a terrible death right there. There was no reaction. He just ran into the thing.
I guess.
Tuesday morning, Waters was on the back of his Harley headed down Beach Street when he crashed into a Fort Worth ISD school bus. Waters died on scene.
According to his family, he wasn't wearing a helmet.
I just wish I could talk to him one more time and ask him what happened.
Surveillance video from a nearby business captured the crash. The school bus carrying middle school children is seen headed south on Beach Street, preparing to make a left-hand turn at King Oaks Lane. As the bus makes the turn, suddenly the motorcycle slams into the back right of the bus. The Harley bursts into flames. No one on the bus was injured, and police say they're still investigating the crash.
And I know it's not always easy for everybody in cars to see motorcycles coming, you know what I mean? I understand that too. It's just, it could have been both parties.
The video, difficult to watch for friends and family. Waters leaves behind a wife and 6 children.
Okay. All right. The dude leaving behind a wife and 6 children. Okay. So who's going to take care of those kids? All right. Who's going to take care of those kids? All right. The dude is no more. And then his children, who's going to take care of them? Who's going to take care of them? So that's what used to happen to our men. And then now there you go. There you go. That's a terrible thing, man. Terrible.
This is how much Travis was loved.
Plus his father, who also lives at their Fort Worth home.
Travis was my life. If he hadn't have been persistent and my great-grandkids didn't come up with a room for me, I don't know where I'd be right now.
See, he seems like the typical hard-working, Harley Davidson motorcycle gang dudes working and stuff, and then the mighty one take him out, But anyway, beloved, it's already 12 p.m. I have to do the prayer, and I think you're watching this at night, so I have to stop right there. So I got to prepare for the prayer. Well, it's already 12. I'll say shalom, and then see you folks next week. Great glory to the mighty one. All praises to the Most High.